Good morning, Scott and Christy. This is Chris from Homes719.com. Hey, yesterday I was talking to Christy via text, and she mentioned to me that you guys were trying to figure out how to play it with your potential PCSing with regards to you sell the house now and then try to rent. And you very quickly found out that it's very expensive to rent here in Colorado Springs relevant to mortgages. So with that, I want to show you guys some stuff that I know, and I'm going to show you that how many days it should take to get your house under contract and how long it should take to sell based on real data in your neighborhood. I'm also going to give you some inside information about my experiences with PCSing other people. I had a couple people PCS overseas, one to England, one to Germany, and one to Buckley. So I'm kind of familiar with the format, and I think I have a good strategy for it. And let me walk you through all the background information. I'm going to show you days on market for your neighborhood, potentially what I think your house might sell for, all that fun stuff with real data. So I'm going to switch the screen over so you can stop looking at this mug and look at the data on the screen. Okay, thanks. All right, so what you guys see here is my attempt to figure out what your house looks like inside. One of the things I've learned in the past was if I just look at days on market for a specific neighborhood, sometimes it's misleading. So I try to look at days on market for the same style house that you have in or near your neighborhood. So that kind of gives us a better indication of how long that style home takes to sell. So if it's a two-story or ranch or a quad level, gives us a much better idea of what we should expect. Nothing's guaranteed, obviously, but it's usually pretty close. The market here doesn't shift too much as far as that goes. So, I was looking through the different pictures here, and I'm presuming these are old pictures, probably prior to when you guys bought it. If you see any major changes, please let me know so I can adjust the value a little bit. For the most part, though, nothing in here really changes the value too much. Christy mentioned the outside's been painted and the inside's been painted. So hopefully it's more, standard colors. That helps a little bit just with quicker sales. If you did anything elaborate with the paint job, it could slow down the sale, but when I do a home visit, I'll let you know for sure. If this pool table's still in there, let me know about that. That's needs to be just dealt with in a separate manner as personal property on the sale. So, but in here I saw, the layout, the sunroom on the back, rough landscaping. Your yard lot or your lot is about 5,600 square feet. Your house with the sunroom, I have about 2,227 square feet. I have it as a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 2-car garage. So I went into the MLS system and tried to figure out, based on historical data, just how long it would take to sell. So with that, I went in here and I built out some criteria in the MLS. And what I asked for was anything within a quarter of a mile of your address. So we want to narrow it down as much as possible. If I didn't get enough results, I would go out further, but I got enough, I think. I also went back a little bit further than I normally do because I'm trying to see how long it takes to sell your style house in and around the springtime. So I asked for 365 days. And then I went down here and asked for similar square foot to yours. In real estate terms, plus or minus 250-ish square feet is what we try to target. I didn't ask for any other criteria. Just want to see what comes back. And as you can see down here at the bottom, we have 5 matches that fit that. And then I went into the system and said, okay, first show me where it's at. So this is your house here, obviously. And the other little red houses are the comps that we found, the result set. So right off the bat, it's kind of cool. We've got a couple here, right here in your neighborhood that are popping up. So that's good. There's two there. And then there's one out here, there's one over here, one over here. So that's good that we've got them real close and tight to your neighborhood. And so next I want to see what they look like. So I go in here and I ask it for thumbnail view. And the first thing I notice is this first one's a mobile home. So that is not a comp. Has no relevant information whatsoever. This one is kind of like yours, but this one's really like yours, from this picture. And this one, maybe, and this one is probably just like yours, but maybe a different elevation view. So these are the two that I like to look at and figure out how long did these two take to sell? So the one on Fountain Ridge and both of them are on Fountain Ridge Circle. So next I try to open the pictures, take a look, and the first thing I see here is this one looks like it needs to be maybe a little updated. As an investor, I was like, ooh, I like this house. But, I kind of went through it and determined that the inside is in pretty good shape. Pretty clean. Cabinets look like they're in good shape, all that kind of stuff. Paint colors aren't ideal, but is what it is. And then, carpet here, we got some gray carpet. Very similar floor plan. I think this one's probably a direct match to yours, maybe a little flipped, but the same house. You can tell here it needs some carpet. So if you need carpet and stuff like that, we normally deal with that with seller concession or seller credit, or sometimes we replace it before we even list it. It just depends on how bad it is. If it were me in this house, I would have replaced that carpet before we actually listed it, so it wouldn't be in the photos. But similar house, I'm pretty sure. Until you get to here, unfinished basement. From the other pictures, I noticed yours is definitely finished. So that's nice and adds some more value. No sunroom on the back, but a small patio. Similar size backyard as yours. Landscaping isn't great, but it is what it is. And then we go on to the next one. So kind of like yours, maybe similar as far as floor plan. It looks very similar. Maybe some different windows and stuff like that, but other than that, very, very similar layout to yours. Would definitely be a comp without a doubt. Those built-ins maybe add a little bit of value. Hardwood floors. This is the sunroom, so this is off the back. If I go back here, so you see it back here, and then you get to this, and this sunroom's, I think, substantially bigger than the one that it's on your house. And with these beams in here, this definitely added some value to the property. There's no doubt about that. And walk out to the backyard, which is cool, just like yours. Everything else in here very similar, and well maintained, clean, nice, neat, no major damage, nothing like that. Finished basement. So here's a sunroom, and I think you'll agree that this one looks like it's quite a bit bigger than yours. Maybe you know the neighbor, because this is kitty corner down the street from you. So, but anyway, so that's what that looks like. And then I went back and I wanted to say, all right, so let's show me the days on market and all that fun stuff. So here's a summary. The two we're really concerned with is Fountain Ridge Circle. Both of them are quad levels like yours, 3-bedroom, 3-bath, 2-car, so very, very similar to yours, and similar square feet. All that fun stuff. The lots are just a skosh bigger than yours, but not so much so to radically change the price. Would it change the price? Yeah, but I'm not so concerned about that right now. And then, this one here doesn't have any finished square feet in the basement, where this one does, like yours. So there's throwbacks back and forth as to which one, represents everything. But for this purpose, we're looking at days on market, DOM, DOM. And you can see back here when these houses sold, this was last May. Both of them sold in last May, and one went under contract in 4 days and one went under contract in 7 days. So what does that mean? That means that the buyer and seller agreed to buy and sell the house. From this point, you need to add 30 to 45 days to get up to close. Depending on the buyer, it can be much faster. If they came in with cash, they don't need appraisals and all that stuff. It could be much, much faster, like a week faster, like as in one total week. So, in this case, if that was the case, it would be, from the time it went under contract was 7 days, and 7 days later they no longer live there. But that's not always the case, and very rare actually. But that kind of gives us an idea. You can see 473 all were back in May and June of last year. So that's a pretty positive indicator that the homes in your neighborhood sell really quick, in this time period. So with you potentially PCSing, this is my recommendation based on what I've seen with my other PCS clients. And that is, wait until you really get orders to decide to move and sell the house. I mean, the reason you want to do that is, first, you notice that renting is kind of expensive. So you don't want to get caught in a situation where you've sold the house to a buyer and you never get your orders. So you don't have to move. Or, Scott, you decide to go there and leave Christy here. these are things that sometimes happens in the military. I know because I was in it. And, so for that reason, I recommend you wait till you get your orders, but that doesn't mean we can't prepare a little bit. And what I mean by that is we can go through and do a lot of prep work prior to you getting your orders, because if you think they're coming, we can do things like making sure the house is in tip-top shape, the landscaping is cleaned up. If there's any repairs that need to be made, we can do that. We can, remove any debris that you're not taking with you to the next duty station. We can try to sell stuff that you're not going to need. We can also, if we have to do anything with the carpet or anything weird, we can do that. And then maybe take photos, do the contracts between both of us, and then have everything ready to go for the day that you get that PCS orders. And then slam the sign in the yard, put it up on the MLS for sale, and then start showing it immediately, because the house will be fully ready to go. And then if the market stays true to itself, we should see a pretty quick sale. Even if we look back in August, we had within 12 days. Now, I'm not guaranteeing any of that, but if we price it right, we don't price it too high and get too aggressive, and we don't price it too low, then we should get offers relatively quickly to consider, and maybe pick one in about 14 days and have it under contract, and then you can expect 30 to 45 days to get it to close. So all that's good. It's relatively straightforward. And normally we can try to time that closing with your PCS date or your pack out date. We've done that a few times, just trying to get everything lined up so that it's after that date. And normally when you're PCS, they give you some money for housing just before you leave and just after. So when you get your new duty station, you can stay in a hotel. So we try to time all that based on the information we have during the negotiation of the offer. That's all good. And then what else was I going to say? So that's most of it. I think that gets you covered, and that's my recommendations. We get the house ready, wait for your orders, get your orders, put the sign in the yard, and then get it sold relatively quickly for you. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So there's the information you need that I think help you make some informed decisions. And if you have any questions, Scott or Christy, give me a call, 719-332-3628, 719-332-3628. You can call me, text me, WhatsApp me, Facebook message me. All of that's on there. Christy, I just Facebook friended, requested you, so you should see that, and that should, Scott, make it easier for you to find me. Yeah, I think that was it. Thanks for watching, guys. You have a great Monday, and hope to talk to you soon. Bye now.